Alright, this is Scary Bob here with the third round in the NS2 Launch Tournament European branch. This is the first game between HBZ and Exertus. HBZ is actually one of the first clans that formed in NS2 back in the days of Frauge and the early alphas and the alpha and the early beta. I've kind of been going in and out of active things, and now they're back. I think this might be the first tournament they've entered in. So we'll see how they do. Exertus starting in Cargo. Cargo is probably the hardest alien start here. As you see, because of it, they assisted all the way to nanogrid here. Unfortunately, that's usually the best response to having a Cargo hive start. Floodinator and Bixim sees that, and they're going to take out some of the assists, but looks like they're going to get overwhelmed by Llama, Zubs, Mouse, Legman, and Squirrely. Unfortunately, a 4v2 against Marines is going to be problematic. And they do get cleaned up, but Chuck Norris here coming in. Not sure he can do much besides just delay the aliens from pushing in the topo. Illidan gets both of those RTs up and has some clogs in the entrances there, so it's going to pretty much lock down nanogrid there. Sup's taking down Dreidel. Depara looks like he's staying outside of system waypointing until he figures out what's going on. Pipeline hive finally dropped, so that taking a nanogrid delayed their pipeline, the second hive drop, by about 60 seconds or so. C12 looks like Squirrely and Illidan are taking on Chuck Norris, not realizing that two more Marines are coming through the vents. So Squirrely does take down Chuck Norris before being cleaned up by Bixim. And it looks like Llama cleaned up Depara over in system waypointing. Floodinator and Bixim clean up this thing, get this RT. The big concern is, once they're done with C12, they're going to push in the pipeline most likely, so that's kind of a big concern there. Well, they might go down for, no, it doesn't look like. It looks like it's just dropping some mines. So. Mines kind of seem to become the de facto starting strat for Marines in these competitive matches. I think all 3 rounds we've had so far, we've seen the Marine teams basically just rush mines. Llama and Drake taking down Drado before being taken down by Depara. Floodinator Chuck Norris. There's a scan that helps out in these areas. You can see where those aliens are and where they're coming from. So Bixim, Floodinator, and Chuck Norris sitting there. Probably they know Squirrely is around there somewhere, but he's still able to sneak up and get maybe like a bite in before going down there. It looks like the Zubs mostly is going to clear out the rest of these Marines here. Illidan getting the last kill on that. TRC looks like Illidan, I'm not sure if he lost his gorge or he just went back to Skulk, but TRC is back to the 1 gorge. So Exodus looking like to do a 2 gorge strategy pretty significantly here. So the first gorge got defensed up in nanogrid, while TRC is their comm. He gorged, probably dropped some Hydras, defended the RT and Cargo, and then push the pipeline to heal. And pipeline hive finally finishes. Mouse, Legman, and Zups pushing into Overlook here. Looks like they're going to be able to clear out these Marines pretty easily. Phase Tech research looks like it is finished. So quick obs as quick as you can now for HBZ. And it kind of looks like they want to put a phase gate right up here. Yep, right in East Junction there. So it's a decent spot to put a phase gate to attack nanogrid, presuming you survive long enough to get it up, but it doesn't look like HBZ is going to do it in this. Oh, Floodinator and Chuck Norris clearing out those 3 aliens, but Illidan comes in, and it looks like he might be clearing out the last of that Marines. That Chuck Norris is desperately trying to stay alive, and the phase gate is going to go down. System Waypoint is another favorite Marine phase gate drop location, but I don't think Draidel's going to live long enough to get a chance. Illidan actually didn't go for to kill the phase gate. He went straight to try to sneak up on these Marines, but they're not going to have it. That early obs meant that they have a scan down there, so they know Illidan's up there. And he jumps out to try to do some damage, but does nothing, so pulls back to it. Getting some bites on Bixim there and Depara. Llama goes down, so does Illidan, but they mostly clean it out. Mouse Like Man has gone lurk, so that's going to be helpful here, especially clearing out these mines. Good lurk who knows what he's doing can spike those mines from a distance, so looks like Zups and a drifter over on near West Skylights. Phase gate does go up, so it looks like Marines are going to start pushing into Nano Grid here, or double as it's frequently called. Squirrely coming in with sounded like Llama there. So 4 Marines going to push in this. There's nobody defending it really besides Llama and a few skulks sitting around here, but those Crags or Clogs plus Hydras is enough to basically delay them, and Squirrely's doing damage at phase gate, almost taking it down to 50% for dying from those mines. Taking down TRC Gorge too, very nice job there. It's pretty deadly mine patch, taking down a Skulk and a Gorge. Mouse-like Man's trying to keep him out of Nano for as long as possible. Alien's doing a pretty good job. 5 RTs. They've basically got the southeast and middle part of the map, so even if they lose Nano, they'll still be a pretty solid 3 RTs on this map, which is a good res count to have as aliens. Typically aliens, especially if you start in cargo, are lucky to get 2 RTs, let alone 5, so Squirrely going to do some more damage to this phase gate. No welders, so if it goes every little damage, it's going to take it down. And they do go early gore. Oh no. Once again, Exertus is pretty much the only team that does a good job against this early Ona strategy, and so they seemed instead just to apply that to other teams that really can't really counter it very well, as well as Exertus does. Bixen looks like he's just going to run. I don't think he's going to get away. Llama's going to catch up to him and kill him there, but Illidan, a nice thing about Illidan, phase gate going up in Overlook. Nice thing about it, you've seen Illidan there. He's just tanking these mines, you know, just to detonate those mines. It does minimal. It does a little bit of damage to him, and he can take it. So might as well to save, you know, a Skulk life. And each mine that's destroyed is basically a waste of 5 Marine P-res. So every mine kill you can get that doesn't actually end up with a someone in your team dying is a good trade-off. Mouse-like Man doing some damage to Para before almost getting caught up in that vent and not escaping, but Marines getting up to 5 RTs at the moment. Floodinator looks like it's hiding out there, maybe catch a Skulk by surprise. Toppa going down, so Alien's going to probably get up to 6 RTs here in a second. Squirrely, Illidan, and Mouse-lag trying to keep these Marines out of cargo and system waypoint. And there goes Illidan, going to snipe Depar there and probably take out Dreidel. It looks like Zups got in there to get a few bites on the command station, maybe try to get him to beacon, but he was turned back. The Obs is over here on the side, so Illidan, Squirrely, Mouse-like Man pushing over to the west side of the map. They probably know this phase gate's here, I suspect. And that Skulk and Ono should be enough to clear it out. Especially if Mouse-like Man comes in to support him. Oh, so we are seeing some armory drops. So HBZ clearly showing they know how to counter these early Onos, but it's just maybe not as good execution as we'd see as Exertus' team. Usually Exertus is very, very quick at dropping those armories to block these Onos players here, so that phase gate looks like it's more or less going to go down. Illidan just waiting for Marines to pop out so he can blow them apart, while Squirrely actually doing damage to the phase gate. Phase gate goes down. Looks like Bixen trying to get the RT and Tabo back up, but Mouse-like Man going back down to biting this. Bite is the faster of the attacks to kill an RT, but typically, it's not a good idea to see Lurks wasting their time killing RTs. Skulk's going to do that. Lurks are better suited for at least harassing Marines. So, Fade going up. Zups has gun fade. So, the consequence of letting the aliens get 5 RTs is that you get phased before 10 minutes. He does go down. Surprising loss of the fade by there. There wasn't any shotguns or weapons upgrade there. He just got a little bit too greedy and died there against 3 Marines. Llama has gun fade too, but you know, as I said, 5 RTs. Soon looks like aliens drop 2 more, so soon to be 7 RTs. Means they can, fade pretty much indefinitely at this point. Means like they're pushing a pipeline, but they're going to get swamped by both Illidan and Mouseslagman. Unfortunately, without at least Weapons 1, it's going to be difficult for HBZ to take down this Onos. Unless they do some really fancy armory blocking play there, but Bixen all by himself is just going to get killed. At this point, Marines are down to 2 RTs, so I see the one in, not sure where the second one is. Oh, it's over here in Tabo Dine, so soon to be 1 RT. Squirrely doing a good job taking on Chuck Norris. Dreidel, though, clears him out, so saves that position. But the RT is already there, so if they want that RT back, they have to, clear it out and do it. Unfortunately, I think HBZ is going to have to beacon. I'd cancel that flamethrower research and beacon. Oh, they're just going to call it, so they know there's no chance at this point. So, first match goes to Exertus in round 3.